I just wanted to say the past 11 days have been really tough for everyone. Everyone is in pain and trying to make sense of it, and we'll never make sense of it. And the holidays are hard, I think, anyway.
That Ellen was mean, and all these people came out and said, Ellen's actually a bitch. She lost everything. She fell apart, disappeared, because people found out that this character that she was portraying in a half an hour on a television show is not really who she was. But I hadn't already known that. My buddy Greg, who was one of her writers, was like, she's a piece of shit.
50 Cent just went in on Ellen DeGeneres, and this time, he didn't hold back. He's calling her out for allegedly covering up the truth about Diddy. Ever since the drama around Diddy exploded, Ellen has been off the radar. She changed up her look, dyed her hair, and literally dipped out of America. Everyone was wondering where she vanished to, but now the pieces are finally coming together. And let's not forget about Twitch, her longtime DJ and close colleague who tragically passed away right when the rumors about Ellen's toxic show were blowing up. Word is, he was ready to speak out before it all went down, planning to reveal how Ellen allegedly tried to pull him into one of Diddy's wild secret parties against his will. That's some serious stuff. Looking back, the signs were there the whole time. Ellen had Diddy on her show not once, not twice, but 17 times, casually chatting about his after parties like it was no big deal. Now that's wild, but the truth always finds a way out. And trust 50 Cent to dig up the receipts right when Ellen thought she had escaped the heat. Ellen's name is back in the headlines, and not for anything good. Just recently, she started trending again after 50 Cent dropped multiple clips of her in that explosive Diddy documentary. Nobody really knows why 50 decided to include her, but it sure got people talking. Once those clips hit the internet, folks started digging deep, and what they found didn't make Ellen look so innocent. Some are even whispering that she might have had connections to the mysterious death of her longtime DJ. Twitch, that's a heavy claim. And get this, remember that awkward moment when Ellen told Diddy she couldn't make it to his parties because they were all happening on the East Coast? Yeah, that moment hits different now. During that same chat, Diddy casually mentioned his after parties happening on the second and third floors of certain hotels, and Ellen laughed, saying she already knew about them. That raised some serious eyebrows. It's wild to think about now. All these hints were right there on camera, and nobody really caught on until 50 brought the spotlight back. You can't make this stuff up. Back then, nobody really thought much of it, because we didn't even know half of what we know about Diddy now. Everything just seemed normal on the surface, but things have changed fast, and people are now looking at all those old clips and interviews with a brand new perspective. Recently, a video of Ellen started blowing up online, and it's got everyone talking. In the clip, she looks totally shaken, visibly uncomfortable, before practically running to her car. When a reporter asked her what she thought about the serious allegations surrounding Diddy, she panicked and jumped straight into her ride without saying another word. That reaction alone had fans raising their eyebrows and asking questions. It's not the first time she's been called out either. People haven't forgotten those claims about her being a nightmare boss, from treating her staff horribly to barely paying them what they deserved. Then came the wild rumors that she was overly controlling in her personal life and even made her partner uncomfortable in front of others. But the most shocking chatter connects Ellen to the mysterious death of her ex, Heche. What's eerie is that Ann passed away on August 11, 2022, less than 4 months before her former DJ, Twitch, was also found dead. The timing has people seriously wondering what's really going on behind the scenes. It's starting to look like something deeper might be going on, almost like this eerie, ritual-style timing between all these events. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, Heche was a well-known actress back in the 90s, and her relationship with Ellen DeGeneres was everywhere. The two got together in 1997, at a time when barely any LGBTQ+ celebrities were openly dating, so their romance was headline news non-stop. Their lives were literally put under a microscope for everyone to watch. At the time, most people thought Ellen was the one who called it quits, but Ann later cleared that up herself. In a 2021 episode of her podcast, Better Together with Ann, she revealed that she was actually the one who ended things. She said Ellen was obsessed with chasing wealth and fame, claiming, "I broke up with her because her goal was to have a lot of money. Mine was to find love, and hers was, I want $60 billion. Good luck. Our forks are never going to meet." That's a heavy statement, but Ann didn't stop there. She also claimed that Ellen allegedly tried to have her sent to a mental facility after the breakup. That shocked a lot of people. And as if that wasn't enough, Ann said Ellen made it nearly impossible for her to land new acting roles after they split, basically trying to shut down her entire career. It's a wild story that paints a very different picture of Ellen than what the public once saw. Ellen didn't just cut Ann off, she blackballed her completely, shutting down her career like it was nothing. That's a serious move. And here's where things get really unsettling. Just a few months after Ann publicly called Ellen out and exposed her on her podcast, she was involved in a terrifying car crash that changed everything. Ann's car burst into flames, and she was trapped inside for nearly 30 minutes before first responders could even get to her. Reports say she suffered severe second-degree burns all over her body, and despite the rescue efforts, she didn't make it. According to the official autopsy report, Ann passed away from smoke inhalation, burns, and a broken sternum caused by the crash's impact. That's heartbreaking. Now, at first, people were speculating that maybe she was under the influence when she crashed, but the autopsy told a different story. It showed that she was sober at the time of the accident. There was a trace of benzoylecgonine, an inactive byproduct of cocaine, in her system, meaning she had used it in the past, but not that day. So all those claims about her being on something were false. Then only 4 months later, Ellen's longtime DJ, Twitch, was suddenly found dead under mysterious circumstances. 2 tragic losses back-to-back, both tied to the same circle. It's no wonder people can't stop asking what's really going on here. Twitch's final hours left everyone completely stunned. He reportedly checked himself into the Oak Tree Motel, a small, quiet spot just 15 minutes away from the home he shared with his wife, Allison, and their 3 kids. That alone didn't make sense to anyone who knew him.
What time do you stay up till?
I stay up till like maybe 6 in the morning. I'm back up at like 10:30, 11.
6 in the morning? What do you do every night till 6 in the morning? You don't go to clubs every night.
No, I make love a lot.
When Allison noticed he wasn't home and wasn't answering any of her calls or texts, panic immediately kicked in. His car was still parked right outside their house, which made everything feel even more off, because Twitch never went anywhere without it. Worried something was seriously wrong, Allison filed a missing person report right away. Not long after that, the story took a heartbreaking turn. The motel he had checked into contacted the police to say they found him unresponsive in the bathroom. That call changed everything. When the police arrived, they quickly ruled his death as a self-inflicted gunshot wound. But here's where things don't sit right. Many people, including his wife, didn't believe that explanation for a second. Allison said Twitch had shown no signs of distress, no talk of anything dark, nothing at all that would suggest he'd harm himself. In fact, everyone who knew him said he was full of life, loved his family deeply, and was always spreading positivity. That's why so many people still question what really happened in that motel room. Sure, it's true that you can't always tell what someone's really going through just by looking at them. But something about Twitch's death just didn't add up. The whole situation felt mad suspicious, especially with how the police handled everything afterward. When the story first broke, reports said there was no note found at the scene. But then, just a few days later, that suddenly changed. Police claimed there was a note after all, and that it supposedly explained his reasons. That switch-up had everyone side-eyeing the investigation. What's even wilder is that the authorities probably wouldn't have mentioned the note at all if TMZ hadn't leaked the info first. That right there made things look shady, because if it was just a normal note, why lie about it in the beginning? Why the flip-flop? A lot of people started saying the police were clearly trying to hide something big. Once the inconsistencies came out, rumors started flying, and fast. Many began to suspect that Twitch might have somehow gotten caught up in Diddy's secret party scene through Ellen. Maybe he knew too much, or maybe he was being pressured to take part, and when he refused, things spiraled. It's not that far-fetched when you think about it. Ellen had said on her own show that she already knew what went down at those parties, so it's not crazy for people to believe Twitch might have pushed back and ended up silenced before he could tell his side. Right when all this chaos started blowing up, Ellen completely vanished from the US. She straight up packed her bags and left America. She later claimed it was because she wanted to get away from Trump, but that excuse had everyone scratching their heads. If that was really the reason, then why disappear into a quiet little town in the UK and dye her hair jet black so no one would recognize her? That sounds way more like someone trying to hide than just take a break. But here's the twist. 50 Cent wasn't letting her slide. Sources who worked on his explosive documentary revealed that Ellen's talk show was actually supposed to be part of it too. They planned to expose how Diddy was practically a regular on her set and how those so-called fun interviews might have been covering up something much darker. Now that Ellen's name is popping up again, things are heating up fast. Insiders are whispering that 50 Cent has even more receipts ready to drop. And they're supposedly going to expose just how deep the connection between her and Diddy really ran. People close to the situation claim there were private parties, secret phone calls, and even off-camera meetings between the two that never made it to the public eye. That's wild. And here's what's got everyone buzzing. Rumor has it that Ellen might have helped Diddy connect with certain celebrities who later started distancing themselves once the allegations came out. It's almost like everyone's trying to erase the past, pretending those connections never existed. But 50's not about to let that slide. He's been teasing that the truth always comes out, and fans are convinced he's got proof that'll shake Hollywood to its core. Ellen's been keeping a low profile overseas, but with 50 Cent stirring things up and reporters digging through old clips, her silence is only making the story look worse. If these new details really drop, it could blow open a side of her reputation that people never expected to see, and just when everyone thought it couldn't get messier, boom! More whispers are surfacing about Ellen's circle being way more connected to Diddy's world than anyone realized. Word on the street is that a few of her former show staff members are ready to talk, and what they've been hinting at sounds explosive. Some are saying that Ellen kept tight control over what guests could say on air whenever Diddy showed up, almost like she was protecting him from being questioned about anything controversial. That's suspicious. Apparently, there were moments backstage where Ellen and Diddy would have private talks that even producers weren't allowed to sit in on. And after those meetings, Diddy always left with a grin while Ellen looked tense, like something serious had just gone down. Now, if those staffers actually come forward, it could finally connect all the dots people have been piecing together online. Meanwhile, fans are losing it on social media, analyzing old footage, slowing down clips, and pointing out moments where Ellen's energy seemed off whenever Diddy's name came up. With everything that's been resurfacing, people are starting to wonder if 50 Cent's next drop might not just expose Diddy, but reveal Ellen's hidden role in the whole thing. Now, here's where things start getting really wild. Reports are swirling that Ellen's disappearance overseas wasn't just about laying low. Some people believe she's been trying to cut off anyone who could link her to the mess. Insiders claim she's been quietly selling off properties, shutting down old production ties, and keeping her inner circle tight, almost like she's preparing for something big to drop. That's definitely not normal behavior for someone who says they've moved on. And what's even crazier, a source close to one of 50 Cent's documentary producers spilled that there's footage, unreleased clips, showing Ellen having a serious, heated conversation with Diddy backstage at one of his private events years ago. People who've seen the clip say her tone was tense, almost like she was demanding that he keep her name out of something. If that's true, it could completely change the way folks see her involvement. Social media's going off. Folks are saying Ellen might be panicking now that 50's digging this deep. Every time her name trends, more old footage resurfaces, and every clip just makes her look more tangled in the drama. At this point, it's looking like no amount of hiding overseas can keep her out of this storm. Allegedly, 50 Cent still isn't backing down. He's convinced there's no way Ellen didn't know what was really going on behind the scenes. He's been hinting that no matter how far she runs or how much she tries to hide overseas, she can't escape what's coming. That's a bold statement, but 50's making it clear he's not afraid to stir the pot. Of course, he can't straight up accuse her. That could land him in serious legal trouble, but the way he slid in those clips of Diddy's appearances on her show, that move spoke loudly. It was just enough for people to read between the lines and realize exactly what he was trying to suggest. Some even say Ellen was being used to expose people who got too close to the truth. And Twitch, he might have seen or heard something he couldn't stay silent about. The story just keeps getting darker, and 50's still teasing that more's about to drop soon. What do you think really went down between Ellen, Diddy, and Twitch? Drop your thoughts below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment if you want the next update as soon as it hits.